I asked 4 times about Ol Sameach. It's not a good sign, but I'll keep asking if they are blasphemous, heretical. You're asking a question that you already know the answer to, so I'm not exactly sure if you're just simply looking for attention or you're looking to make a clip. I've already said, those rabbis like that guy Botton, Yitzchak Botton or Botton, whatever his name is, he is absolutely an apikos, and I've said it, and I'll say it again, because he says things that are against the Torah. He's become one of the little prodigies of Manis Friedman. He's trying to build himself a stage by saying the same exact thing and manipulating the Torah. So what he says is heretical. Now, in addition to that, he's not a nice person. He says very, very nasty things. He's a very not a nice person. Now, on the other hand, some of the other rabbis over there are not like him. They may not battle against the Manis heresy like they should, but they're not promoting heresy like he does. But generally speaking, anyone that says, doesn't matter if it's Or Sameach or it's a planet Pluto, anyone that says things that are against the Torah is a very, very big problem. If they're saying things that are heretical, they're a heretic. Doesn't matter who they are. So the book that we have has the clarifications of not only what Manis Friedman says, but also what the sages said, and the clear explanation of what everything is, based on what the sages say, and not based on my opinion or Rabbi Ephraim's opinion, but rather based on what the sages say. And from there, anyone that reads it will understand why Manis is a heretic, and why anyone that follows him and believes what he says is also a heretic, even if they're not teaching it. Even if they're just following it and they say they agree with him. That's heresy. Now, it's a very, very big problem. It's the biggest cancer we have in the Jewish world today, that unfortunately people are unaware of to the level that they're supposed to, but we're doing whatever we can to help them. But as far as, I can't speak on every single rabbi that works on Or Sameach, because I don't know every single rabbi. I know that the Botton one, he is the most problematic. I know that at least 1 or 2 other rabbis, if I remember correctly, have mentioned it like as almost like a side comment and trying to rationalize it, whether it's possible, not possible. But again, even the ones that are trying to word it in a way that it's permissible, clarify that they don't mean what Manis Friedman means. This is the same thing, and I'll finish with this point. This is the same thing as I tell people about the word Messiah or Mashiach. When a Jew that believes in the Torah says Mashiach, they're referring to the descendant of King David, who is a human being. That when Hashem selects him to become Mashiach, he will give him certain powers and abilities and so on. But this man that will become Mashiach is the son of a father and a mother that are humans. He's not the son of God. He's not an alien. He's not an angel. He's just like every other human being in the world, born from a father and a mother. When the Christians and anyone that believes the New Testament says Mashiach or Messiah, they're referring to their God, their idol. So it's the same word, but 2 completely different meanings. So when it comes to the rabbis at Or Sameach, when you have Botton versus the others, which I'm sorry I don't remember the names of, it's 2 different things. Why? When Botton says it, he agrees with whatever Manis Friedman says, even when Manis Friedman actually made fun of Botton. In his face, Botton agreed with it. He's almost like idolizes him. It's very, very strange and disgusting. But nonetheless, he agrees with everything that Manis says. What Manis says is like Moshe Rabbeinu said it, L'avdil. It's disgusting and really, really just pitiful. But nonetheless, he means the same thing as what Manis says. Whatever Manis says, that's what Botton says. He tries to reword it, re-this and re-that, all with an effort to build himself a stage. When the other rabbi has said it. Clearly, he explains and shows that he does not mean what Manis says. Manis says there's, as a result of God needs you, there's no reward and punishment. No one will get punished. He's referring to the Genom is just a place you don't feel like a soul, and that God's going to say, I'm sorry to you because of the exile, and God has a body, and that's real, and yours, all types of nonsense. So, Botton agrees with Manis, regardless of what Manis says. The other rabbis actually have a brain. They are not in agreement with Manis. They're trying to reword and repackage his heresy into something that could potentially be said, even if it shouldn't. In essence, they're trying to kasher this taref, really that's a pig. But again, they give a clarification that they're not saying what Manis says. And anyone that reads the book because they can't stand to hear my voice, because they can't stand to hear Rabbi Ephraim's voice, and they don't want to believe us when we show them clips of what Manis Friedman actually says, you could simply buy the Manis Friedman book, because we don't have it obviously. You can buy the book. He sells it in all the stores. And then you can get our book for free. Free. And compare everything we wrote that he says versus what he actually writes in his book. And you'll see that everything is word for word. We didn't make up anything. And you'll see that what he says is against the Torah and is heresy. Simple. According to all opinions. The only people that agree with Manis are people that simply do not understand either the Torah or what Manis actually says. It's like simple that same thing like what with the whole word Messiah. When a person is first introduced to Christianity and they hear them saying Messiah and they hear a Jew say Messiah, they think that both mean the same thing. No, they don't. To New Testament believers, Messiah means for them God. That's what it means, God. To us, human being. Human being. Mother and father. Goes to the bathroom. Eats, drinks, sleeps. Righteous, special, our ultimate salvation will be... Yes, but human being. Human being. Born of a woman. So, world of difference. World of difference. Idol in Christianity, truth of Torah in Judaism. World of difference. Same concept here. Manis, heresy. People that believe and follow what he says, heresy. Against Torah. No olam haba. Genom forever. Horrible life. Horrible everything. People that go against him, big reward. Hashem loves you. You're superheroes. People that don't want to be in the fight and they're trying to rationalize how the pig can somehow be kosher because maybe it just looks like a pig but really it's soya. You have a different problem. It may not be outright heresy like Manis, but you better pray that God doesn't prosecute against you for not fulfilling what the Torah says, that when you see somebody doing something wrong, you have an obligation to go against it. You have an obligation to protest against the heretics. So you have to pray to Hashem that He doesn't prosecute it, that you are a heretic for not prosecuting. Because Am Yisrael did not worship the golden calf. The Erev Rav did. But Am Yisrael got punished for the golden calf. Why? Because they didn't protest against the Erev Rav. So, in so many words, you have bad, amazing, and problematic. Choose wisely. Thank you very much for learning with me. May Hashem bless each and every single one of you that is learning Torah with us. Even more so if you're supporting. Even more so if you're sharing. We are meant to be a light unto the nations, not to follow their misguided practices. Remember, every Jew has to remember that he's a Jew and she's a Jew. We don't celebrate non-Jewish holidays. even if they seem harmless. It's a zilzul, disrespect to the Torah, and could lead to Chilul Hashem, desecration of God's name. Stick to our holy Torah and our own holidays. That's the path of a true Jew.